That's awesome. You should research that. I listened to a podcast that's produced by Yeah, she just wrote this book about how to, not curious, respectful. We're film making at the Democratic Party headquarters. We're going to do a small campaign. We have a speaker coming this weekend, coaching people how to talk about politics with strangers.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nancy Tung. I'm the chair of the San Francisco Democratic Party. I'm calling this meeting to order. We begin tonight with the roll call. Director Chen, could you call the roll?
Yes, calling the roll, starting with Akbar.
Present.
Alioto Pierre is anticipated. Avos is excused. Barnes.
Here.
Barnes here. Kalamushi.
Here.
Here. Chan.
Present by proxy.
Proxy. Galata. Chandler. Proxy. Right? Shane, sorry. Chen is here. Coles.
Here.
Here. Dorsey.
Present by proxy.
Proxy. Matt Graves. Galata.
Present.
Here. Gupta.
Here.
Here. Heiken Hare.
Here.
Here. Ho. She's just here. Okay. Anticipated. Kim. Let's see. Okay. Lai.
Here by proxy.
Proxy. Jonathan Mills. Mahmood.
Present by proxy.
Proxy. Raynell Cooper. Mar. Absent. Win. Here.
Member Mar?
Is any member here proxying for member Mar?
No, Lee LaCroix is authorized to be proxy.
Okay, and she is anticipated?
Has not texted me.
Okay, we'll come back to that. I said Win is here, thank you. Phil Howard.
Here.
Here. San Girardi is anticipated. Stephanie.
Present by proxy.
Proxy Sam Bennett. 2.
Here by proxy.
Proxy Wilfreda Tom.
Present.
Present. Ex officios Pelosi. Absent. Mullen. Absent. Kounalakis.
Present by proxy.
Proxy. Ma.
Here by proxy.
Proxy. Cohen.
Present by proxy.
Proxy. Weisinger. Wiener.
Present by proxy.
Proxy. Andrews. Haney.
Present by proxy.
Proxy. Gallardo. Chin.
Present by proxy.
Proxy Hui. Chai Tong, you have quorum.
Thank you very much, Director Chen. Moving on to number 2 of our agenda is approval of meeting agenda, discussion and possible action. Members, are there any amendments to the agenda? All right, seeing none, is there a motion to approve the agenda? Motion
So moved.
by Director Chen, second?
Second.
That was Vice Chair Hyden. Can we take this without objection? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? Thank you. The agenda is approved. Moving on to the approval of meeting minutes, the August 28th, 2024 and September 13th, 2024 meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes for these two meetings? Oh, any corrections to any of the minutes? No corrections. Can we approve the meeting minutes? Is there a motion? Member Philhauer, second?
Second.
Second by Vice Chair Calamucci. Can we take this without objection, members? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? The meeting minutes from the August 28th and the September 13th meetings are approved. Item number 4 is general public comment. And before we begin general public comment, which will be limited to 1 hour, I do want to take a moment to remind everyone of the Code of Conduct. We have adopted the California Democratic Party Code of Conduct, and we are in the process of strengthening the Code of Conduct regarding sexual harassment and abuse for our local party. But until that time, we are still operating under the Code of Conduct for the Democratic Party of the state. And the expected behavior is that the party is committed to providing a welcoming, respectful, friendly, safe, supportive, and harassment-free environment for members, employees, and all others associated with the CDP. I would also include in this any members of the public who attend our meetings. We have certain expectations about behavior that people will abide by if they come to the meetings. And all individuals should feel welcome and safe within any event or meeting that the San Francisco Democratic Party has, regardless of their sex, gender, gender identity, gender expression, sexual orientation, pregnancy, reproductive status, race, color, ethnicity, national origin, ancestry, religion, caste, creed, age, disability, health status, marital status, military or veteran status, body size, physical appearance, domestic violence victim status, social or economic status, or any legally protected classification or characteristic. The party will not tolerate harassment and prohibits the creation of hostile conditions that is disrespectful or unprofessional conduct based on any of the aforementioned categories. The manner of any such prohibited behavior includes verbal conduct, whether spoken or written, such as slurs, jokes, insults, remarks, epithets, teasing, yelling, foul or profane language, emails, posters, leaflets, internet posting, slander, etc. Visual conduct, such as the wearing, posting, or distributing of offensive symbols, pictures, cartoons, drawings, and computer displays, leering, gestures, libel, etc. And physical conduct, such as gestures, blocking someone's way, assault, invading someone's space, unwelcome touching, etc. This applies to not only in-person public comment, but written public comment as well. And I will continue to remind people of this as it is an important part of how we exercise decorum in our public meetings. With that, I will turn it over to the Executive Director for public comment.
Thank you everyone for humoring me. Before I begin and set up that other microphone on the podium, just a quick reminder that the DCCC will take public comment on all items on the agenda and 2 other matters germane to party business, but which are not on the agenda. The total time for public comment is limited to 1 hour. In order to accommodate as many points of view as possible, the chair may extend the total time or limit the time allotted per speaker. Today, Chair Tung has indicated that public comment will be limited to 2 minutes in total per speaker. If you would like to make a public comment, please fill out a comment card at this table, of which are a limited amount that adds up to an hour. I will call speakers in the order I receive the cards. I guess I'm gonna have to go reverse order here. So. And please note that this body takes all public comment during this item. Each member of the public will have 2 minutes to address this committee. Associate members, including club presidents or chairs, members of the Democratic State Central Committee, Assembly District Chairs, and Regional Directors will have 4 minutes to address this committee. I will give you a 30-second notice before your time is up. Thank you for moving that microphone into position. With that, we'll call the first few names. And you're gonna have to forgive me if I can't read the handwriting that well, but it's probably my fault. Aya Lewis, Bill Fung, and Michelle Brown Corduroy? Gordon, my apologies.
Thank you, members. I'm Ian Lewis on behalf of Unite Here Local 2 Hotel and Restaurant Workers. You have in front of you a letter from our union's president, who can't be here tonight. She's out on a picket line. And wanted to thank you for considering a resolution in support of our efforts to win a fair contract. You know, there's been a lot of talk about the hospitality industry. Rightly, it's a huge, huge industry in our city. Just to let you know, the hotel companies, including Marriott, Hyatt, Hilton, whose hotels are on strike right now, are back to historic profitability levels. And the reason for that is that in our industry, when business goes down, workers get laid off. Workers don't work. It's the workers who take the hit in a downturn. Business is coming back to San Francisco, and the hotels are driving what we think of as a doom loop. They're driving down the standards that their customers expect to have in terms of the quality of service they receive. Daily room cleaning is going away in many places. The level of cleaning is being diminished as staffing levels are cut. And now they're trying to lock in wages that are way, way below the cost of living over the last few years. They're trying to slash healthcare benefits and really worsen the conditions of a huge part of our city's workforce, making it impossible for our members to continue living in the city where they work and serve guests. You know, there's obviously a very big fight going on in this country about what the future is for working people in the US. Our union stands hand in hand with the Democratic Party here in California, in Nevada, in Arizona, in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan. And that fight is rightly in the forefront of people's minds, but to us, the fight we're having in the streets is part and parcel. It's the same exact fight, and we hope we can count on your continued support. And I'll leave it to my colleagues to tell you a little bit more. Thank you.
Thank you for your public comment. Bill Fung.
Hello. Everybody hear me okay? Sorry about my voice. I have been picking at the whole day. I'm holding a boot on, you know. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, my name is Bill Feng. Yeah, I have been working in San Francisco Hilton Union Square since '95. So it's almost 30 years I'm serving in a hotel there. I'm the power member of the Unite Here Local 2. And you know, the reason we are on the strike because you know everybody knows this year's right, and inflation is like a 2-digit increase, right? And when we go to the grocery store, when we go to the gas station, so we can see the and believe the price increase. So, however, our wage is stay the same. So our lifestyle is very, very going down again, right? And before, I used to have go outside to the restaurant with a family day once a week. Right now, it's only go to the restaurant like a special occasional. So I mean, that means our lifestyle is really, really going down. And since our contract expired and the hotel which they put on the table, the proposal is nothing. It's more than to how to cutting people and how to taking out our benefit, right? So I mean, if we accept their proposal, which our all benefit, which our wage, which our lifestyle, maybe we'll go back to 10 years ago. Yeah, that's why our all members like a piece off. So they say we cannot accept what they give to us. Thank you very much. Thank you for all of them. You support our local too. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. And Michelle Gordon Brown. Sorry.
It's okay. All those names belong to me. Good evening. My name is Michelle Brown Gordon. I work at the Grand Hyatt as a PBX phone operator for 3 years, but I've been working in hotels in San Francisco for 30 years. I'm a proud member of United Here Local 2. I am also proud to be born and raised in San Francisco. I'm on strike right now. We'll be on strike until we get a fair contract. I decided to go on strike because the contract that the Hyatt is offering is garbage. I'm 64 years old. I'll be 65 in 8 months. I can't retire on the contract they're offering. I would be forced to keep working or to retire and go get another job. We need better wages, better health care. They need to pay into the retirement fund. The Grand Hyatt keeps telling the media that they're coming to the table to offer a good contract, but that's not true. We're on strike because they haven't been negotiating in good faith. We just want what's fair. We want to be able to live, take care of our families, our children, our grandchildren. Please support us during our strike. Help us put pressure on Hyatt and the hotel industry to come to the table and give us a fair contract. We want a strong economy in San Francisco, and that means investing in us. I appreciate you letting me express my concerns. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Next we have our Dorothy McKenzie, Michelle Leonard Bell, and Tom Wolf.
I would like to find, I wasn't sure what that people was for.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. So you're
I'm just here my first time to learn.
You're Dorothea McKenzie?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, I'll set that aside. Michelle Leonhardt Bell.
Thank you. Good evening, members. My name is Michelle Leonard Bell, and I lead the nonprofit Mission Hiring Hall. We have 2 offices located in the Soma District on Folsom, and then also in the Mission District on 16th Street. We are a workforce and training placement nonprofit organization. We've been dedicated since 1971 to serving marginalized communities and obtaining equity and employment for everyone in San Francisco. I want to express our strong support for the resolution using a drug market intervention strategy. This approach, which focuses on improved coordination between local, state, and federal law enforcement alongside community involvement, has the potential to make a significant impact in addressing the drug and epidemic that's plaguing our city. In addition to providing workforce training, we recognize the importance of holistic wraparound support services such as housing, mental health, and recovery programs to help lay the foundation needed to access a better pathway that are critical to empowering individuals to successfully leave the cycle of drug addiction, but also drug dealing. By addressing the root causes and offering people, particularly first-time nonviolent offenders, pathways to stability and self-sufficiency, we can create a safer, more resilient community. Our organization stands, and we're ready to partner in this effort. From a street level lens, outside of my office, I see folks afflicted with this daily, and I also see folks who are hungry for a pathway forward. We can get folks opportunities for employment, but we can't deliver the services needed before we can get them delivered to employment. So thank you for listening. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you for your comment. Tom Wolf.
members of the DCCC. You all know who I am, Tom Wolf, recovery advocate. I'm here tonight also in support of the drug market intervention strategy proposed by Bilal Mahmood and Matt Dorsey. You all know that the open drug markets are probably the biggest thing that is tearing the city apart and keeping it from turning the corner and fully recovering. And we need every strategy that's reasonable at our disposal. And this is a reasonable strategy. Is it perfect? No, but we can't let perfect be the enemy of good here. We have to start trying different things. And while I'm a firm believer in accountability for drug dealing on the street, especially organized drug dealing on the street, I also believe that there's an opportunity to find some off-ramps for some of the folks out there that would maybe rather not risk their lives every day and sell a drug that's killing 800 people a year in San Francisco. So I urge you all to consider this plan because quite frankly, our current leadership in San Francisco hasn't really offered anything better than what we're seeing right now. So anything that we can add to what we already have is going to help mitigate this crisis, help San Francisco turn the corner, and ultimately help San Francisco recover. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comment. The next cards I have, or I guess the last three cards I have are Steve Adami, Hazel W, and Jeff Kahn. Steve Adami.
Hi everyone, I'm Steve Adami, grateful to be here tonight. I'm here to provide support for agenda item 10, the resolution urging a drug market intervention strategy to address the fentanyl crisis on our streets. I'd like to thank members Mahmood and Dorsey for putting this resolution forward. Open air drug markets have devastated our city, destroyed businesses, and contributed to the loss of over 4,000 lives to fatal overdose. Shutting down open air drug markets is the greatest form of harm reduction anyone could offer this city. By blending accountability and opportunity, drug market intervention strategies will help us reclaim our streets and provide real solutions for those suffering from addiction.
Thank you for your comment. Hazel W.
Hi folks. So my name is Hazel. I'm good to go, right? Yeah, all right. My name is Hazel. I'm a trans woman who grew up in the Bay Area, lives in San Francisco. And I started the effort that led to the resolution before you all today in support of protecting safety and privacy of transgender individuals in the state of California. So I started this effort because trans people like myself cannot legally change their names in California without outing themselves online and subjecting themselves to harassment and discrimination. In an era of increasing hostility towards the queer community, transgender people deserve safe, dignified options to change their names and gender markers. States like Washington have already passed laws like this, so California is really behind on this issue, and it would be great if we would catch up. Just so folks are aware of how much support there is for this effort, for this protection. In just the last few weeks since I started this effort, hundreds of trans people have signed on to a letter in support of this bill idea. And I met with dozens of organizations across California who have either signed on to the letter or provided guidance, including the PFLAG San Francisco, Trans Family Support Services, the National Center for Lesbian Rights, the Mayor's Office of Transgender Initiatives, the Milk Club, the Working Families Democratic Club, and others. Also the ACLU and Equality California have provided some really critical guidance. So yeah, I just had actually 2 meetings with these organizations today. This is my 3rd meeting about this issue, so help me get this done. Vote yes, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comment. And Jeff Kahn.
Hi, fellow Democrats. I want to thank my colleagues here, not necessarily in this order, local 2 colleagues, Lisa, Marlene, and Michelle, and Bill, and others that I have not named. Housing costs and related inflation our barometer of discretionary income, which hits, unfortunately, working class people the hardest. This strike, we need your help. Please come and join the picket lines on Stockton Street, where the Hyatt is, the St. Francis, I think the one on Post Street, the carriage entrance, etc. We would love to see you out there. There's a lot of good energy. So we're at an inflection point, but an inflection point with a hard landing. We need your help. And we're not fighting for gas or groceries. We're fighting for survival. Our medical plans are totally at stake. Our pensions are totally at stake and at risk. So we really need your help, because these are billion-dollar wealthy companies, and their predatory behavior is really trying to destroy the union and the organization of working class people. Let's not let it happen. Please come out on the streets and join us and have a wonderful cup of coffee. And I want to thank you again and my colleagues. I support you wholeheartedly as a retiree. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. If there's any other member of the public who wishes to give comment, I have the cards and the time. And if I don't see anyone jump up to take one, I'm going to toss it back to Chair Tom.
All right, thank you very much. Moving on to agenda item number 5, reports. I know that some officers have submitted written reports. Unless there is somebody who has a deep burning desire to give a oral report, perhaps, Vice Chair Calamucci.
Thank you. We'll talk more about Local 2, obviously, a bit later, but I wanted to just take this moment to recognize a number of members of the DCCC joined the Local 2 rally and picket on Labor Day, I think from all shades of our varieties of blue up here, and I really want to thank the folks who were able to come out. It was a great turnout, and there will be more.
Hi, good evening. I wanted to thank Chair Tung and other people here in this room and people not in this room for securing a bright, beautiful space for our new Democratic Party headquarters. This is the former Nordstrom's Rack. It is enormous, 45,000 square feet, which means we have loads of space for phone bankers like you. Now, San Francisco is perfectly positioned to fill this space. Why is that? 85% of San Francisco voted for Biden. We can be the warriors that make the difference in these swing states. So please come and campaign for the Harris Walz campaign and other Democratic candidates in swing states and swing districts. In addition to that, I'm asking you to encourage your friends, your allies on any Democratic club to come and co-host a phone bank shift. We are running phone bank shifts every day until November 5th. And then I invite you to be creative. Come up with your own idea. If it's your birthday in October, we could host your birthday at the former Nordstrom Rack. I know you laugh, but I'm inviting you to be creative and come partner with us to phone bank at Democratic Party HQ. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Coles, and thank you for your leadership around our HQ. I know that you have put a lot of time and your heart into it, as you can tell by her exhortation for everyone to be involved. So I hope all of the proxies, in addition to the elected members, will come down. We're also having a VP debate watch party on October 1st down at HQ. We are partnering with the official Harris Walz campaign in California to put that on. And so 901 Market Street in beautiful downtown San Francisco, easily accessible by BART and Muni at the Powell Street Station. Moving on then to number 6, which is a presentation from the California Young Democrats President, Giovanni Chavez, who apparently has forgotten to show up. So then we will table item number 6 and move on to item number 7, which is a presentation from Neighborhoods United San Francisco. From time to time, we do have organizations and groups who would like to inform the DCCC on issues that are important in the community, and NUSF has asked for some of our time, and so you have 5 minutes. Thank you.
Whoops. This mic was working.
Good evening, everyone. Is that loud enough? Thank you for welcoming me, Catherine Petrin and Bridget Maley, to the DCCC meeting tonight. We're here to speak on behalf of Neighborhoods United SF. We especially want to thank Babak Esfandiari for working hard to get us on the agenda for tonight's meeting, and we appreciate these 5 minutes. As we look around, we recognize many of you, and we want to thank everyone in this room for the good work that you do for the Democratic Party of San Francisco and for the city itself. There's a lot of overlap in our collective goals for the betterment of San Francisco. NUSF advocates for affordable housing. We support tenants and small businesses. We disagree, though, about the best way to incentivize and build affordable housing. For us, the proposed upzoning is a hard line. We believe blanket upzoning is destructive, ultimately leading to eviction, displacement, and demolition. Legislation in recent years has given San Francisco so much capacity to encourage developers to build affordable housing at various scales for small builders to create additional units in many different ways without the need for blanket upzoning. So this is a brief recap of who we are and what our philosophy is. In reaction to the San Francisco Planning Department's proposed upzoning and density increases, over 60 neighborhood groups and civic organizations have united, as just since November of 2023, to form a citywide alliance to challenge unnecessary height and density increases that worsen affordability by fueling speculation, to demand protections for small businesses and rent-controlled housing to prevent displacement, to push for all housing types that serve moderate, low, and very low income residents, to collaborate with neighborhood groups for meaningful public discourse through town hall events. We've done 6 in the last 11 months, to advocate for policies that protect and strengthen neighborhoods, not harm them, and to ensure city investment in public infrastructure, environment, and community to preserve quality of life for all residents. Bridget?
Yeah, so Catherine outlined our kind of how we formed, and I just wanted to go over what some of our advocacy efforts have been. We are working hard to create affordable housing at all income levels, encourage local controls over zoning free from the punitive unfunded mandate by the state of California, promote targeted neighborhood-based planning, not blanket zoning. We would really like to use our zoning capacity that we've already established and the reforms we've already taken to ensure that we are building housing at all income levels. We want to support multi-unit housing types while maintaining local design standards. We're encouraging strong protections to promote tenant and small business rights and discourage displacement. We want to see investment in smart and affordable growth, remove incentives that promote overbuilding of luxury housing rather than the housing we really need, which is affordable housing, And so we want to reset the narrative. We want to reset the housing narrative. We feel that we have an affordability crisis, not a housing unit crisis, or a lack of housing units. We believe that trickle-down housing does not work. So we are happy to be here tonight to give you more information on our group and how we formed. You can go to our website, www.neighborhoodsunitedsf.org, to get more information. And we are, as Catherine said, out and about in the community doing town halls so that we can get the information out about the damage that we might do with blanket upzoning. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Vice Chair Hykins has a couple of questions.
I have 2 questions. We were told there wouldn't be questions, but we're really happy to answer any questions that you'd like to ask.
Great, yes. I mean, it's such a great opportunity to hear from San Franciscans about the vision. We all share the vision for an affordable San Francisco, so how do we get there? My first question is, which current supervisors and mayoral candidates and supervisor candidates align most with your vision?
All supervisorial candidates, and you want
your top 3.
Top 3. Well, so again, just thinking about the timeline, as an architectural historian, I pay a lot of attention to the planning department. I go to the planning commission hearings. I go to historic preservation commission hearings. I paid a lot of attention to the housing element because I was looking at it through a lens of protection for historic buildings and historic districts, and testified about the need for housing, pro-housing element, but trying to be sure that there were some protections built in there. When the upzoning plan was revealed last fall by the planning department, that was the implementation tool of the housing element that showed how we would get to the 82,000 units. I'm sure everyone's heard about the 82,000 units that were required to build by 2031. The RHNA allocation, 82,000 units, 47,000 of those intended to be affordable, equates to 20% of the existing housing stock of San Francisco, very large lift. So when that plan came out, it was the first time that...
Sorry, I just did want to repeat the question. I think may have been misheard. Which supervisor and mayoral candidates are you?
Let's just say it garnered a lot of attention before mayoral candidates were lining up. So we have spoken to all, we haven't actually met with London Breed, but we've met with the other 4 major candidates. To be honest, if I had to just say, I would say that Aaron Peskin's perspective and stance and record and experience, his depth of knowledge around land use aligns with what we're saying.
Okay, thank you for that. And I do have one more question. In anticipation of your presentation, I read the agenda and I was very eager to hear from you. And I did a little bit of digging, and I looked up the average salary for a teacher in San Francisco. It's about $70,000. So after tax, this teacher could take home approximately $4,000 a month. This theoretical teacher, let's say they're very frugal, they have 0 debt, and they would like to purchase a home. An average small 1-bedroom apartment in San Francisco is about $3,000 a month. Groceries are $400, taking munis about $150. That leaves $450 left, meaning maybe if we're lucky, we can put away $300 a month in savings. According to Zillow, the average home in San Francisco is $1.3 million. A down payment would be about $325,000. So our teacher would take our teacher 1,083 months to save up for that down payment. That's 90 years.
Not happening.
That's 90 years with no emergencies, no childcare, no lapses in employment, no new cute dress, no debt, and almost no discretionary spending. We should pay our teachers more. That's one of our lessons here. But that teacher actually makes $5,000 more than the average salary in San Francisco. So even if we pay our teachers more, we will have tens of thousands of first responders and nurses and social workers and artists and public servants who cannot afford our homes.
And architectural historians.
And architectural historians. And my question for you is, we're absent requiring this public school teacher to rely on profound, life-altering government intervention. How would you recommend we make room for our growing globe and our growing city?
There is no doubt, and I'm guessing total agreement in this room, that we have a very messed up system. It is very messed up, and there's so many factors that have, over decades, not just what we've built or what we haven't built, but there's so many factors that have contributed to an impossible housing market. And if I believed that building towers and towers and towers and adding more units would get us affordable housing, I'd be all behind it. But we look at other examples, and I'm sure you know what's happened in Vancouver, where they did build, and their number one problem today in Vancouver is lack of affordable housing. So that's not gonna be the way to get us there. It's just not about building our way out of this situation.
So do you have different solutions?
Oh, many different solutions, many different solutions. I mean, so to get back to the RHNA numbers and the allocation, so I'm sure you're very well aware that for decades, we've been overbuilding luxury housing. It's what the market, you know, it's what we're building here. It's not housing that any teacher can afford. It's units that are at $3,000 a square foot at 1 Stewart Lane, and there's 76 of them that haven't sold this year that are still on the market. We have so much vacant, overpriced housing, and we haven't built for the income levels that need it.
Okay, I think we're at time. We're actually over 5 minutes, so
Yeah,
thank you very much
thank
for
you
your
for your
answer, and thank you, Vice Chair Hyken, for your questions.
I'll just leave you with, it's complicated. Yeah.
And come to our town hall next Wednesday at the Marina Theater on Chestnut Street.
Okay, so we did receive word that, yes. Wow, how about that? Welcome to the chair of the California Young Dems, Giovanni Chavez. Are you, we're ready for you.
Good evening, San Francisco Democrats, and sorry for being late, but it's great to be here in a welcoming house of young Democrats. I know San Francisco is the home of many legends like Nancy Pelosi, Willie Brown, and what have you. But it's also a place where we really invest in our young people, whether that's San Francisco Young Democrats, whether that's new and emerging leaders, or already established leaders. We're seeing Scott Wiener, Matt Haney lead the way in housing and the environment and issues that pertain to young people. And I say all of that because we are dealing with the troubling times now, right? Times where young people are under attack, where we're facing generational issues, and the Democratic Party decided to make a choice and invest in a new generation of leadership by having Kamala Harris become the leader at the top of the ticket. And all over the state, we're seeing young people become energized and activated. When I became president of the California Young Democrats, it was in 2023. At that time, we had just recovered from COVID. We had lost chapters every single year since 2018. And for the first time since 2018, the California Democrats have grown in chapters. We've grown over 10 new Young Democrat chapters. My first term, we had the best fundraising year in the organization's 93-year history. And we did trainings all across the state. We ran nearly 100 Young Democrats for Central Committee. We did the same thing at the DNC district level delegate. And a lot of them are getting really involved in the process. And even though we had a very challenging year, we saw student demonstrations all across college campuses. These past 2 midterm elections have had the highest turnout for voters the ages of 18 to 29 in the past 30 years. And now we're really targeting these swing districts. We're walking doors every single weekend. We walk doors for Rudy Salas, for Dave Min, for Josh Harder, for Derek Tran, for candidates up and down the state, Sweden District elections. I'm gonna go to San Diego right after this, and we're gonna walk doors there for Dr. Patel. And this is important because we need to flip the House. Without California, we don't flip the House. And we need to protect our legislative majorities if we want to continue to build on progressive victories here at home. So I'm touring the state, going to our different central committees, going to different county parties, in the hopes that we continue to work together, we build those coalitions, so we elect local candidates, not only here in San Francisco, but up and down the state. So thank you all for having me, and look forward to getting to know everyone and working together with all of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to visit us. You flew all the way from Southern California, right?
Yeah, I live in Orange County, so.
Well, there's a lot of stuff happening in Orange County this election cycle. So.
Yeah, we had 3 congressional races, Assembly and a Senate race, and it's good to see a lot of young faces here, like Andrea, Michelle, all these folks here. This is great.
So, well, thank you for coming
Yeah,
and spending
exactly.
some time with us. Looking forward to working with you in the future. Who else is a young face? Not us. I am not eligible to be young Dem. All right. Moving on to the next agenda item, which is number 8, a resolution offering support for Unite Here Local 2 members in their labor dispute with Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, and other hotel corporations. Vice Chair Gallucci.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair Tone. So, at the Vice President Harris at the presidential debate and elsewhere, she has talked about how her values haven't changed. And I think that was something that really kind of stuck with me, and I think maybe a lot of folks when we think about the Democratic Party, right? Particularly the San Francisco Democratic Party. We have a big, diverse, sometimes messy, but a large coalition with different views on policies, different views about what Democrat we might want to be elected in what office. And we have those disagreements, and that's cool, that's healthy, that's fine. But we have core values that unite us as Democrats. And one of those core values is that the Democratic Party is the party of the working class. The Democratic Party is rooted in working class values. We are the party who extends the hand and lifts up. We are the party that stands with our labor movement, with our labor unions. And the San Francisco Democratic Party, we have resolved that when San Francisco workers are standing up and fighting back, that we will stand with them. And so I am honored and proud to bring forth the resolution tonight expressing the San Francisco Democratic Party's support for the efforts of the members of Unite Here Local 2 in their ongoing labor dispute, now work stoppage, with some of the world's largest and most profitable hotel companies, particularly Hyatt, Marriott, and Hilton. I don't want to add much to what we've already heard from the members of Local 2. But I really want to thank you all. I want to thank you for the opportunity to work with you on this. I want to thank you for taking, I know things are crazy out there right now for you all, and thank you for taking the time to come here. I think it was really important that the members of the party hear directly from the rank and file workers who are out there on the picket lines right now, so that we can take that back to our communities. And lastly, you know, at our first meeting back in April, I promised that I would be bringing and we would be bringing more labor issues to this party, because that is what San Francisco Democrats do. But this fight has a certain urgency. You are on strike right now, and so I think it's really important that we go forth passing this resolution and also recognize that, hey, we can say a lot of things, we can pass resolutions, but actions do speak louder than words. That we should be joining in whatever way we can to best support these San Francisco workers, because these are the face of San Francisco to so many people who come to the city, and they deserve our support standing up for a just and dignified place of work. And so the last thing I'd like to just say, this is the work, though, I know we've got a million things going on, and we're all very focused on the election. This is the work of November 6th. This is the work of January 1st. This is the work of 2025. This is the work that we should always be doing, is standing with our labor unions. It's critically, critically important. And lastly, I took my daughter to the rally on Labor Day, and she's a good hang. Let me be clear. And she's down with the cause. But she's 7, so she was like, how much longer are we going to be here? And I said, hey, Madeline, one day longer. And so I respectfully ask members of this party for your yes vote, and that we continue to stand with Local 2 one day longer.
Thank you, Vice Chair Kalamucci. Any members wishing to make comment or any discussion? So I have something to offer for discussion. So my aunt worked her entire career as a hotel worker for Hilton. And she not only worked that job, but she worked 2 other jobs in order to support her family because her husband was disabled. I am a Teamster. I helped organize my workplace, and we also there became Teamsters. I have been a member of a union since I became a public employee in 2001. And so I want to acknowledge and recognize the value of unions in the way that collective bargaining allows people to have an honest wage for an honest day's work, and that one job should be enough. Not only do I offer my support for this resolution, I would also like to be a co-sponsor. Any other comments? Member Koulounakis.
Speaking as myself for a moment, I also come from a union family, but speaking on the Lieutenant Governor's behalf, she was so beyond proud to stand alongside the members of Unite Here Local 2 on Labor Day and over the weekend on those picket lines. And for that reason, because she also believes that there is dignity to this work and that these hotel workers have come to the bargaining table time and time again in good faith and been denied time and time again, that she would also like to be added as a co-sponsor of this resolution. Thank you.
Any other discussion, members? Member Kim. Member Kim would like to be a co-sponsor. So maybe we should make a call for co-sponsors. Proxy for Michael Lai, Member Chandler, Member Alioto-Pierre, Member Gupta, Member Galata, and Member Ma. Are we ready to close discussion? May we have a motion to vote on this matter? So moved by Member Galata. A second? Anyone? Second. Second by Vice Chair Hagen, because I saw you first. Okay. Could we do a roll call vote, please? Director Chen.
Calling the roll, item 8, resolution offering support for Unite Here Local 2 members in their labor dispute with Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt, and other hotel corporations. This requires a simple majority to pass. Calling the roll, Member Akbar. Aye. Akbar, aye. Sorry, 1 second. Akbar, aye. Alioto-Pierre. Aye. Aye. Member Abbas is absent. Barnes. Aye. Aye. Kalamucci. Aye. Aye. Chan. Aye. Aye. Chandler. Aye. Aye. Chen I. Coles. I. Dorsey. I. Galata. I. Gupta.
Yes.
Gupta, I. Heikenhair. I. Ho. Ho, I. Kim. Kim, I. Lai. Lai, I. Mahmood. Mahmood, I. Mar. Pass. This is item 8. Win. Win, I. Philhauer. I. Sanjirardi. Sanjirardi, I. Stephanie. I. 2. I. Tung. I. Ex officios, Pelosi. I. Mullen is absent. Kounalakis. I. Ma. I. Cohen. Abstain. Wiener. Wiener. I. Taney. I. Ting. I. Going back up. Mar. Mar. I. Have all those who wish to vote voted? Let's see. There are 29 members present and voting, and all 29 have voted aye. This resolution passes.
Congratulations, Vice Chair Kalamucci. Congratulations, member of Union Local 2. Moving on to agenda item number 9, resolution in support of protecting safety and privacy of transgender individuals in the state of California. Member Nguyen.
Thank you, Chair Tung, and good evening, members. I am called to bring this issue forward because I just want to shout out Hazel, who spoke earlier, that she has organized multiple organizations, including the Milk Club, and that came from the Milk Club, which I sit on the executive board. So I just want to bring this up because it's, I think, just as important as labor is to the Democratic Party. I believe protecting the most vulnerable amongst our communities, including transgender individuals who simply want to live their lives free from harassment and doxing and stalking and online in-person discrimination, as you heard. This issue is very important, and I'm really proud that in speaking to a lot of the members here, it sounds like they have some good support, and we're looking forward to working with the state delegation, hopefully, to propose this legislation in the next session. There is a minor typo that will be fixed, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, the urgency is couldn't be clearer. And with, statewide, nationwide, there's 658 bills with anti-trans legislation. There's just ongoing foment and coordinated attacks happening. And so I appreciate everybody. And I hope you vote yes on this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Nguyen. Is there any discussion on this item? Any discussion on the item? Seeing no discussion, is there a motion to vote on this item? Moved by Member Galata, seconded by Member Philhauer. Could we have a roll call vote, please?
Motion by Galata. This is a roll call vote on item 9, resolution in support of protecting safety and privacy of transgender individuals in the state of California. Chief Author Nguyen is calling the roll. I'm switching it up. Alioto Pierre. Aye. Barnes. Aye. Kalamucci. Aye. Chan. Aye. Chandler. Aye. Chen, myself. Aye. Coles. Aye. Dorsey. Aye. Galata. Aye. Gupta. Aye. Heikenhair. Aye. Ho. Aye. Kim. Aye. Lai. Aye. Mahmood. Aye. Mar. Aye. Win. Aye. Philhauer. Aye. Sanjirardi. Aye. Stephanie. Aye. 2. Aye. Tung. Aye. Akbar. Aye. Ex officios Pelosi. Aye. Kounalakis. Aye. Ma. Aye. Cohen. Abstain. Wiener. Aye. Haney. Aye. Ting. Abstain. Have all those who wish to vote voted? Let's see, there are 28 members present and voting, and all 28 have voted aye. This resolution passes.
Congratulations, Member Nguyen. Moving on to item number 10, resolution urging a drug market intervention strategy to better address San Francisco's fentanyl crisis. This is Member Mahmoud's item. I think he was hoping that he would be here in time, but in his absence, allow his proxy to introduce this resolution.
Sure, I'll give it a few words. Thank you, Raynell Cooper, for Bilal Mahmoud. He's finishing up a debate that was over at Main Library, so I think he'll be able to scurry over here soon, hopefully before this item's over. First, I'd like to, of course, thank Michelle and Tom for speaking in support of this item during public comment. Drug market interventions are a really important evidence-based strategy to help all the problems that we're seeing here in the Tenderloin and in San Francisco generally. It's a proven strategy, and I think it's something that the Democratic Party needs to support. I do not have any other prepared remarks. I know Supervisor Dorsey's proxy may have a few, so if you have those.
Member Matt Dorsey wanted me to read a statement in public. In response to our record-shattering fatal drug overdose crisis, I believe San Francisco should combine a multitude of approaches. Much like the 4-pillar strategies European cities employ, we should coordinate prevention, treatment, harm reduction, and law enforcement tactics. Drug market interventions, or DMIs, are among the most effective prevention tactics available to us. Researched extensively by the Obama administration's Justice Department, DMIs have shown remarkable success in coordinating community partners and law enforcement. Done right, these engagements can create off-ramps for drug dealers and prospective drug dealers that disrupt, dismantle, and deter open drug markets, and do so in ways that avoid the carceral excesses of the failed war on drugs. Especially at a time when San Francisco's street-level drug markets are changing, DMIs have an important role to play to prevent new drug markets from taking hold. It's an approach that I strongly endorse. I appreciate Member Bilal Mahmoud and his leadership in bringing this forward, and I ask my colleagues to support it. End of statement.
Thank you very much, Member Dorsey. Is there any discussion on this item? Okay, seeing no discussion, can we have a motion to approve this item? So moved by Member Dorsey's proxy. I heard a second from Vice Chair Barnes. Could we have a roll call vote, please? Oh, Director Chen, I would like to co-sponsor this. I'd like to be added as co-sponsor.
Check out whether other members would like to co-sponsor this.
Is anyone else? Member Lai. Director Coles.
Phil Howard.
Member Philhauer. Member Barnes. Oh, we were just about to vote. Member Mahmoud. Member Mahmoud, we were about to vote.
I'm here to answer questions.
Would you like to supplement the introduction to your resolution?
Sure. Sorry for being late. I was at a debate. But thank you again for all being here and for considering this item for the resolution. This is really important to me as a resident of the Tenderloin and a community that I've seen suffer for so long. And I've advocated consistently alongside Supervisor Dorsey on this plan. Supervisor Dorsey actually introduced this strategy over 2 years ago. And it's a balanced approach that I'm sure everyone's heard here already, that you can't bucket it by ideology. It focuses on arresting fentanyl dealers, but it also focuses on anti-recidivism and ensuring that people who are frontline dealers have the option to get an exit path out of the system, out of the trade, and ensuring that we have long-term deterrence and long-term prevention, and that's what this plan does. Components of this plan already exist in terms of what we're implementing, like the Drug Market Agency Coordination Center that is live and upgoing, but this plan, as Supervisor Dorsey I'm sure has indicated, is about the future. We are starting to shut down the opioid drug market, and we need to prepare for the next phase when local dealers might come in and the market might pop up again. And that's what this plan is about. It's about deterrence, it's about community, it's about community intervention, and I hope you'll all consider passing as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Member Mahmood. Okay, any other discussion? Okay, let's vote. Director Chen.
Calling the roll on, let's see, item 10, resolution urging a drug market intervention, DMI strategy to better address San Francisco's fentanyl crisis. Starting the roll, advancing once, Member Avalos is absent. Barnes.
I also asked you a question.
Okay, Barnes, aye. Kalamucci?
Aye.
Aye. Chan?
Abstain.
Chan abstain. Chandler?
Aye.
Aye. Chen is aye. Coles?
Aye.
Is aye. Dorsey? Aye. Aye. Galata?
Aye.
Aye. Gupta?
Aye.
Aye. Heikenhair?
Aye.
Aye. Ho?
Aye.
Aye. Kim?
Aye.
Aye. Lai?
Aye.
Aye. Mahmood?
Aye.
Aye. Mar?
Aye.
Aye. Win?
Aye.
Aye. Philhauer?
Aye.
Aye. Sanchivardi?
Aye.
Aye. Stephanie? Aye. Tu? Aye. Tung?
Aye.
Aye. Akbar?
Aye.
Aye. Alioto Pier? Aye. Ex officios Pelosi?
Aye.
Aye. Mullen is absent. Kounalakis?
Abstain.
Abstain. Ma?
Aye.
Aye. Cohen?
Abstain.
Abstain. Wiener?
Aye.
Aye. Haney?
Aye.
Aye. Ting?
Abstain.
Abstain. Have all those who wish to vote voted? There are 26 members present and voting. All 26 have voted aye. This resolution passes.
Congratulations, Member Mahmood. And Member Dorsey. Moving on to the next agenda item. It is new business. Vice Chair Heikenhair.
Yes, thank you. I thought it was really interesting to hear from Neighborhoods United. And I think that we're all policy influencers in the room, and I think that it's important for us to have perspectives of all the diverse perspectives in San Francisco. In a city like San Francisco, everybody's got a different opinion on everything. So I think it's important that we listen to them. So I would like to take the opportunity to welcome another perspective into the conversation on housing. Specifically, I would like to welcome the San Francisco Bay Area Planning and Urban Research Association, also known as SPUR, to provide a short presentation on their evidence-based approach to tackling our city's housing affordability crisis. So I would kindly request Chair Tung to schedule this presentation for a meeting in early 2025.
Vice Chair Heikenhair, I would welcome them if you would have them email the executive director to schedule it.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Any other new business?
I apologize for going back, but could I list myself as a co-sponsor for item 9, the transgender name?
Yes.
Yes, and Member Chandler as well, and Member Pelosi. Yes, that's right. Okay, sorry, I think I need 2 hands.
Sorry, maybe we should just go back.
If I wasn't a co-sponsor, can I be added as well?
Member Nguyen, are you accepting co-sponsors for your, okay. If you would like to co-sponsor this measure, just message Director Chen.
I have Alioto Pier, Chandler, Chen, Mahmood, and then in addition Pelosi, in addition to those who are already co-sponsors in the 72-hour agenda.
Okay, thank you very much. Before we adjourn, I would like to say congratulations to Director Chen, as he has been confirmed as the newest member of the SMMTA board. Congratulations, Member Chen, Director Chen. We expect you to fix all of Uni's woes. Any other new business? Oh. All right, well, then we are moving on to item number 12, which is an adjournment. As you may have noticed, Member Avalos is not with us today. It's because his stepfather passed away. And in memoriam, we will have a statement from Member Galata on behalf of Member Avalos.
Thank you, Chair Tong. Thank you, colleagues. So Member Avalos has requested that we adjourn tonight's meeting in memory of his stepfather, Joel Parks, who helped raise him and his siblings. Joel passed away peacefully on Sunday night in the loving arms of his wife, Erlinda Parks Medina, surrounded by family. And we extend our heartfelt condolences to Member Avalos and his family. So Joel Parks was a devoted father in a blended family of 10 children and 17 grandchildren. His warm heart and boundless curiosity made everyone who met him feel truly special and welcome. His inquisitiveness extended not only to his personal life, but also to his professional career, where he made significant contributions to education and science at institutions such as MIT, USC, and the Rowland Institute at Harvard. His work in structural biology advanced the understanding of biochemistry and physics, and he mentored countless graduate students from around the world. We adjourn tonight's meeting in memory of Joel Parks.
Thank you, Member Galata. And this meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.